This is Satellite Media. If you are new to the channel, kindly like, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to hit the notification bell. Let us look at this issue of marginalization of the Igbos in Nigerian projects. I think this started way back after the Civil War, where Gowon government made it very clear that there was going to be 3R, talking about reconstruction, reintegration, and reconciliation. But surprisingly, many years after the war, even during the time of Gowon as the president, he never did anything in that regard. And of course, one understands that that is the bane of people in the southeastern part of the country saying no to anything in Nigeria. Of course, that gave rise to the likes of Nnamdi Kanu. We are seeing Nnamdi Kanu coming out clearly to stand for equity, justice, and fairness. And as we have it today, he came through the angle of self-determination, which is equally a right under the Nigerian constitution. Hence, it is a UN charter that will be ratified in Nigeria. And as we have it, the Nigerian government is not comfortable through the army in what is happening in the eastern part of the country currently. A situation where the people deliberately refuse to join the Nigerian army. And we can clearly see some military personnel of even Igbo extraction moving from state to state in the southeastern part of the country, trying to make the people see reason why they should build career in the Nigerian army. And all these efforts have not yielded any results. Because according to the record, in Enugu, for instance, they have about 200 slots. They are struggling to get 100 applications. Whereas in a place like Kano, they already have about 3,000 applications. So I think the point here is the government will realize, just like a Professor Woloshenka have said in the past and continue maintaining, that Biafra is an ideology which cannot be defeated through the power of God, which can only be defeated through ideological point of view. It doesn't matter the opinion of anybody. There is nothing even sacrosanct about Nigeria. Because God in his wisdom from creation created the Hausa people a different people, the Igbo a different people, the Yorubas a different people. Because if you look at natural unifying factor, which is language, the Hausas have their own different language and culture. The Igbos have their different language and culture. The Yorubas have their own different language and culture. However, if the people wanted to be together as one, it must be through unanimous decision, not through coercion as we have currently. Because the ground on the constitution that binds everybody together is a coercion. It's forced on Nigerians by the military. That is why people have been yearning for people's oriented constitution, which the system, or rather the current political class, since inception of this national democracy, have refused to give attention. Though we saw a little bit of attention under Jonathan when he organized confab, but the confab did not see the light of the day, and we are still currently in that situation. And if you look at what is happening, you see that if Nigerian government is interested in everybody sign up to Nigerian project, they should address this major issue where Nigerians are saying, let us have a restructured Nigeria if you are not wanting people to go their separate ways. Though restructuring means different things to different people. Some people will tell you they are looking for resource control in Niger Delta. For the Igbo man, it's very clear. They are tired of Nigeria. They want to go. And that's why I tell you that there's nothing wrong in somebody wanting to go. What the government would have done in this regard is organize a referendum. Then those who say they want to go and canvass a superior opinion. Let the referendum be supervised by what bodies like European Union and all that. Then by the time those who say they want to stay in Nigeria win over those who say they want to exit, I think this issue of agitation will come to an end. But to say you will not give attention is fueling it. It's like pouring fuel in the dying ember of agitation. That is what we have currently. Because the moment you say you arrest Nnamdi Kanu, the next thing you hear, somebody spring up from Finland in the name of Samanekpa. The next time you say you arrest Samanekpa, somebody spring up from United States of America in the name of Dr. Ongaza Orabese and Ogenkere. Just like you silence the likes of Uwazurike, we saw Nnamdi Kanu. So I think since it has been established that this is an ideology-based agitation, that it cannot be defeated through the power of gun, I think the government should realize from that point that one is either you listen and have everybody on board to discuss the Nigerian project, or allow people to go their separate ways. We have seen the likes of Sunday Igbo going to London the other time to the office of the Prime Minister of the British government to submit a letter demanding that they want to exit Nigeria. We understand that the British High Commission in Nigeria here admonished Sunday Igbo and his people who have the same ideology to join hands with Nigeria to move Nigeria forward. And you begin to ask questions. When Britain needed to exit European Union, did anybody advise them to say European Union and help other member European Unions to move European Union forward? We understand that the minority in that argument had their say and the majority had their way. And as we have it currently, they already exited European Union. In the same vein, if the Hausas say they want to exit Nigeria, the best thing you do is you engage them constructively. Not through coercion, not through brute force. As long as the person is doing within the ambits of the law, have not violated any law, both locally and internationally, I don't think it demands for handling and arresting and intimidation. Because as we speak, the UN Charter that talks about self-determination, of course, it has been ratified in Nigeria. To that extent, if you say you want self-determination and you have not done it within outside the ambits of the law, you have not committed any known law, whether locally or internationally. As such, the government should understand that there is need to address the concern of Nigerians. Because as we speak, we can clearly see activities of Fulani militia in every strata of the society, in every community. What hitherto happened in the north is already here with us in the south, looking at the invasion of communities by this Fulani militia. And the government, through the military, the police, seem not to have the capacity to address it holistically in every way it occurs. We have seen the likes of Tony Bello in Zamfara State wreaking havoc, where he the other time took possession of military vehicle, burnt it down. But the point here is the government have a responsibility to protect lives and property. And the concern is unambiguous about that the welfare of Nigerians and their security shall be the primary purpose of governance. To that extent, if the government is protecting lives and property, it's not a favor being done to anybody. It's a responsibility that's equivalent in the office of the governor, in the office of the president, to protect lives and property. Because the president goes by the name of the president and the commander of the armed forces. The governors go by the name of the governor and the respective chief security officer of the officers of their respective states. So I think they should all synergize and ensure that Nigeria and Nigerians, both personnel and their properties, are adequately protected in the context of Nigerian sovereign state. I must say, really thank you for your time. This is so much.